All right, what's going on, you guys? Nick here with Nick's Strength and Power. So this video is going to be about a bodybuilder named Hyung Jun, and this is a bodybuilder who has a very large gap in the center of his chest that is very reminiscent of the WWE wrestler Kofi Kingston. So I thought this would be a relevant topic for a video because I recently made a video about Kofi Kingston's chest and what I believe the cause of the gap in his chest would be. I saw a picture of this guy circulating on the internet of him wearing a mask and he's flexing on stage, and that photo is actually from the 2011 Korea's Got Talent TV show. And I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen this photo, but until now, nobody has really seemed to put a name to that photo, but he is actually a pretty popular bodybuilder in Korea. So the famous photo of him in a mask is from that posing routine at America's Got Talent. And again, that was way back in 2011. And he was really in his prime competitive form in 2009. So these other photos that you're looking at here are from around 2009-ish. But I was actually able to find this guy's Instagram page, and when I found it, I found that he has since stopped being a competitive bodybuilder. In fact, he got pretty out of shape recently and became almost the opposite of a bodybuilder. He's recently trying to lose weight, but there was a point in time where he seemed to get pretty obese. So after looking through his Instagram, it appears that he now owns a gym called 3 Gym, and it also appears that he is some sort of promoter for some of these Korean bodybuilding shows. But back in 2009 to 2011-ish, he was a competitive bodybuilder. So obviously from these photos, you can see his chest. So his chest is the elephant in the room, and his chest is the topic of this video. So the reason this is relevant, obviously I made the video about Scott Steiner's chest. Obviously I made the video about Kofi Kingston's chest. And I wanted to make a video about bodybuilders with a similar chest and if there's any correlation to these wrestlers that have this chest. So I'm going to say no, there's no correlation between the two. But him and Kofi Kingston, I believe, have the same condition that's leading them to have this gap in their chest. So Scott Steiner, what I believe his chest is, it appeared to get progressively more and more spaced apart. Now, if you look at Kofi Kingston and Hyung Jun's chest, both of their chests seem to have been about the same space in between their entire careers. All the bodybuilding photos of Hyung Jun seem to have that same spacing, and all the old photos of Kofi Kingston have always had that same spacing, whereas Scott Steiner went from having a normal chest to a spaced apart chest. And I think the reason for that is some kind of nerve damage or trauma from wrestling, whereas Kofi Kingston and Hyung Jun, I believe, both have pectus excavatum. Now, the reason I say that is because of the similarities between Kofi and Hyung Jun, particularly the prominence and the way that you can see their sternum. Both of their sternums are very visible, and they both appear to have concave sternums, which is the #1 symptom of having pectus excavatum. So this is basically something that you're either born with or it develops during your adolescence. But essentially, it's more of a bone structure issue than it is a muscular structure issue. So whereas I believe Scott Steiner had some sort of nerve damage leading to the shortening or shrinking of the muscle tissue in between the chest, I believe Hyung Jun and Kofi Kingston both have pectus excavatum, whereas the shape of their sternum contributed to the shape of their pecs. So I just wanted to make a video clearing that up, because when we see bodybuilders that have this similar situation, a lot of people ask, is it steroids? Is this a side effect of steroids bodybuilding? Is this something to do with site enhancement? Is this a muscle tear? What could cause this in bodybuilders now that we're seeing this in both wrestling and bodybuilding? I simply believe this is a rare case of a bodybuilder that has pectus excavatum and nothing more than that. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Please give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Nick Strength and Power, signing out.